Good evening, Ruskin enjoyers. Hope you're right, 'cause it's time for the abnormal barders. Tonight we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 abnormal skins to chase after, and we have 4 regular skins. That being the coffee can, the M39, the Python, and the boots. Now you might be sitting there wondering, what on earth is Ian about? Abnormal skins? Regular skins? Do you need help? Well, I'll help you out. Look in the description right now. At the very top, you'll see 2 videos are provided. The very top video is a 60-second short video, which will showcase to you that abnormal skins, they become marketable before the Rust even rotates. And it's super helpful for us, the Ruskin investors, because we want to get a good early insight in regards to whether these skins are actually be like retaining their value, whether they have the actual interest to keep the price up, whether they're going to be good investments, basically. Super helpful, and, well, if you want to get involved with Ruskins and investing into them, you've got to learn about this. So, okay, fair enough, that's nice. But what about regular skins? With regular skins, these only become marketable when the Ruster rotates the next day. Typically, every Thursday, but we don't know exactly what time. It varies. But you might still be wondering, okay, but how do I identify what skin is abnormal? How do I understand when they actually become marketable and know when to, appear and whatnot? If you need to learn about every single thing about abnormal skins, consider looking at the second video listed in the description. It's about 20 minutes long, but it'll explain everything. It'll explain everything. It'll help you out, and then you can get involved with this and hopefully walk away with some sweet, delicious looking profit. So, shall we get started? Shall we consider what prices we want to offer for all of these skins? Let's go. Sintotype scrap large box. We've had quite a lot of Sintotype skins being accepted. Still question, how far are we going to go? This past weekend we have seen yet another one being submitted. Although the likely outcome is that we're going to probably see the armor box being accepted tomorrow. If you aren't fully well aware, when we had to complete the sets Rust store, we got a bit delayed. So now we have 2 skins waiting to be accepted next. But with how things have been behaving recently, last week's submission is likely to be the next acceptance. Armor boxes to be expected, and at some point sulfur as well, and at some point maybe another 5 or so. I'm not sure if this is going to continue after Halloween, but I've got to sit here and say I'm a bit worried, because when we had that complete the sets Rust store, people panicked and prices went down. But when we saw the return, oh well, people jumped back in, didn't they? So if you were to look at all the prices right now, we've got 2 that are down pretty bad, and they're more recent. The older skins have a lot more support behind them. It's keeping the prices up. We're now going through September, October, November. The dreaded autumn fall seasonal dip. I've lost my tongue there. The dreaded autumn fall seasonal dip. But I've always said this. It's always a long-term situation with these. Yes, maybe one of the skins might have gone up in price very highly somewhat recently, but it's the collection as a whole that we care more about. If you're looking at the scrap storage and thinking, oh, surely I can make some quick flip profits, no, I don't think you'll be doing that. At best, if you wait until around January 2026, post-Christmas, yeah, you'll probably be able to make some decent profit, but don't expect tons and tons and tons. Now, I should also point out, in regards to the expectation of sales, of course, with every 48-hour analysis, I'm always questioning how much sales will we see of all these skins. If I just scroll down over to here, I thought the Sintotype scrap was going to do between 38 to 43,000 subscribers. Right now, it only has 34,000, basically. That has undersold, and right now, it's the second lowest Sintotype skin. But I've got to point this out. I don't think that many people are super keen for a, scrap box. But I've got to repeat, it's not just scrap. You don't just put your scrap in it. You put all the things that you want to recycle and turn into scrap. That's what it is. It's more of a recycling box. You can see the recycling symbols right here. So I understand what that is, but I don't think everybody else is. And I don't think everybody is keen. And I've got to bring this up. Previous scrap storages haven't exactly worked out super great in the past. So if I could just quickly remind you of the previous ones. Because I'm pretty sure we had Neon. We've had... Yep, there you go. Scientific. We've also had Graffiti. And every single one of them, as you'll notice, whilst this one's $14, the more recent ones, like Scientific, that's only $2.30. And this right here, that's only just under $3. These came out years ago, and they're still basically less than $3. Except, the one over here. But that's Neon Storage Collection. That one's a little bit more pricey, of course. So being realistic with you, I just kind of can't help but assume this is probably not going to work out very nicely. And, well, I think you're better off with a lower price buy order. I don't think I'll be buying some of these tonight. I would not be surprised in the slightest if this ends up going slightly, below its Rust price, like some of those other ones we just saw a minute ago. So in regards to this one, I think I'm going to do $1.70 to $2.20. But if you're a little bit more cautious, you could probably go a little bit lower, $1.50 to $2. Do not be surprised if it drops off. And to be honest with you, I'm kind of rolling with the expectation that I probably will be picking up if quite a lot if I just did like a $2 bar order. That is now less than $2. That's only slightly dipping, but more and more, listings are appearing. Take a look at the tools. It only takes one fool to unload all of their stock, and then other people follow suit. But if we got rid of all of that, it would easily go back up in price. Other people exist, and unfortunately, they can easily screw things up for you. All right, so be cautious, but be calm, be patient. The better profits are going to be where you wait it out. Post-Christmas might be a great time, but you know what? Maybe the summer of 2026 would be even better. Or what about January 2027? So yeah, the longer you wait, chances are the better it will slowly rise. It's kind of like a nice wine. You've got to wait it out a bit. Leave it in the barrel to cook. Right, anyway, so cool. Understood. You're probably better off with a buy order and just leave it from there. As we go for October, when we see a break from the collection, it's inevitable. Will all the skins drop because people will panic? A lot of people just don't seem to comprehend around the Christmas period is the best time to sell. So let's now move on and talk about Funerary Tier 2. And my goodness, what a problem we have. We really, 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 really have to hope and see if we actually get the collection continuations. So if I could just quickly point out, with the most recent batch of Rust Workshop skin submissions, we have seen another attempt for Tier 3. Perfect. Not going to complain. Very nice. But we need that to be accepted. Desperately, to a point. I know a lot of people have been sitting here and saying, Hedge, I like to mix and match with some other Blackout alternatives and even Blackout collection with the Funerary. I like it. Fair enough. These skins, they are currently at like around 27,000 subscribers. This one's a little bit higher. This one's slightly below. This one's a fair bit lower. It's concerning because if you can remember, the hoodie and pants, they only did about 11,000 subscribers. And well, if I just quickly hop over to here, take a look at this, look at the actual collection, you'll see for yourself just under 11,000 subscribers for the hoodie and pants. And oh dear, it's almost so triple the amount. Now, I was actually expecting that these were going to do between 26 to 30,000 subscribers, honestly, as we go through the rest of this final tenure of the Rastur. aka, over the course of the next 20 hours, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a few more sales. Maybe it does push up to about 30,000 subscribers. Oh no. So here's the problem. There's far too much Tier 2 in comparison to the hoodie and pants. Now, the only saving grace is if we do see another core piece. Boots and gloves, Tier 3, maybe even a jacket. But if we don't see it happen, if we do not see the Tier 3 being accepted tomorrow, oh, do not be surprised if you see a ton of these being, listed on the Steam market. Do not be surprised if it crashes. Now, if anything, the kilt might still survive. The kilt could still work out. But it might take some time to actually get to that point. Funerary does have decent demand. As you'll notice, the hoodie and pants, they're doing very nicely. If we do get Tier 3, and it does a fairly decent amount of sales in comparison to Tier 2, aka if it's similar, well, then the hoodie and pants are just going to go up even higher. Because there's considerably less of these compared to Tier 2, and potentially, in theory, Tier 3. So, kind of need it. So in regards to the prices I want to offer, because funnily enough, only 2 pieces are abnormal, and it quite literally says it right here on Rust Help, literally points it out to you. For the kilt, a $1.49 skin, I think I'll offer 70 cents to $1. Maybe I might even put it up to 80 cents to $1.10. Blackout alternative kilts tend to be in demand. People do appreciate them. So, okay, fair enough. 80 cents to $1.10 seems to be a bit more appropriate. But if you want to play it a little bit safer, you can offer less. But for the vest, I think I'm just going to do like 60 cents to 80 cents. Very sorry, but I do not expect that much for it. But if we do see the continuation, doesn't matter. That will still spike in price. You may recall, back in the past, with the Island Assault collection, the hoodie and pants sold far too much in comparison to the Tier 3 boots and gloves. You remember. But because we got the Tier 2 the very next rush store, hoodie and pants were saved. However, nothing really came out to give this a boost. And look at it now. Negative 21%, down 40, down 30. As time goes on, maybe we might actually see the jacket being accepted. Tomorrow? Maybe. It would be nice. We don't have a grey jacket in the game, I believe. I mean, we do have snow camo, but let's just move on. So anyway, I'm very, very cautious. Will we get the continuation? Or much like Tyre Tier 3. Where's Funerary Tier 3? Face punch, I need it. Why aren't you giving it to me? I'm sad. So, yeah. We'll see. So, moving on. We now have the Temple Sheep Metal Door. Let's just take a look at all the recent Sheep Metal Door skins we've seen. Now, there's a bit of a problem here. It keeps mentioning, like, random general drops. So, just ignore that. Down 69% for the Fuselage Sheep Metal Door. And let me remind you, that was a pay-to-win Sheep Metal Door. Has transparency, glows in the dark, sold for $2.49. No, $2.99. It's now selling for 92 cents in the Steam market. What? Yeah, that was good. That was helpful. Look at it now. So yeah, that's a shocker. That's a big surprise. I actually bought a bunch of these with bar orders, but lo and behold, didn't work out. So that is kind of a surprise to me. But let's just quickly go back over to here, look at all the other skins. Down 69, down 67, down 33, down 67, down 52, down 52, down 66, down 46, down 69. Point made. We have far too many Sheep Metal Doors. It's a struggle for them to stand out. It's a struggle for them to maintain their price. So this right here, whilst it looks nice, and by all means, if you bought one for yourself, that's nice. You supported the skin creator, you treated yourself, but as an investment, do not be surprised if it goes down pretty hard. I'm probably only going to offer 70 cents to $1. I will not be surprised in the slightest if I pick up a bunch of them. Yeah, there is a collection, as you can see here, but like, garage doors are the same. So let's just click this. You're going to show it? Can we see it? No? All right, well, let's go over to here then. Let's go over to here instead. Where's the Temple Sheep Metal Door? And there we go. Garage doors down by 40%. Satchel charges down by around 40% as well. It's not on demand. People don't care for it, unfortunately. So, awkward. So, did we see a collection continuation or anything like that? Well, let's just quick, double check. And I can confirm I did not see that. So, I don't think there's much going for this. I worry for it. I don't think we're going to see it work out. So, yeah. We also happen to have the deep sea fridge. Now, in regards to the deep sea fridge, if I could just click this. Here we go. Took its time. Some of the recent fridges we've seen aren't exactly doing super great. However, how many subscribers do you have? Oh, yeah, just 9,000. I honestly thought this fridge would probably do, reach up to around 10 to 13,000 subscribers. Honestly, by tomorrow, I could still get another 1,000. Let's not rule that out. But, where am I? Back over to here. Yeah. Some of these fridges are doing quite alright, but they sold, like, less. And some of these other fridges, they're not doing so alright. This year, so far, we have had a record-breaking amount of fridges. And we still have Halloween and Christmas to go through. So I'm still very much concerned. I'm still, like, worrying. So in regards to this, and seeing how that locker performed, that also sold for $2. I think for the fridge, I'm just going to offer 70 cents to a dollar. Yep. But I can't help but assume we're probably going to see more of this collection. Because with the naval update, I reckon Face Punch probably will want to see a lot more aquatic themed skins, boat themed skins being accepted. Robstar's got a really good thing going on here. And now, as you can see here, Deep Sea Bucket Helmet. This is a really cool looking design, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's potentially accepted. It's just annoying because I'd love to see like wood armor. I don't necessarily want to see like full proper armor, but for something like this, bucket helmet and wood armor with all barnacles all over it and whatnot, that'd be cool. That'd be cool, but you might still see like tier 2 or tier 3. We'll see. Anyway, there's a nice thing going on there, but the fridge again, just far too many fridges, far too much to compare to. And so that I'm just going to sit here and say 70 cents to $1. So okay, let's just hop back over to here. We now have a very interesting discussion. Celestial Harmony wooden double door. I am looking at this as if this is the best thing to consider investing into this week. And you're going to sit there and say, that's the lowest selling skin. Yeah, exactly. So let me just get this across to all of you. I'm fully well aware that we've just had a ton of wooden double doors accepted. It was the focused item of August 2025. And with so many being accepted in such a short amount of time, this isn't surprising to see, right? However, I can't help but assume things are going to work out quite nicely for this because, number one, only 6,500 subscribers, which is significantly less compared to the Tomb of the Octopus, Military Storage, and the Legacy Wooden Double Door. Significantly less sales. Low sales, low listings, high prices. We tend to see this happen quite a lot. Now, one potential nice thing to look forward to is that the skin creators, they have made a collection continuation, and I do anticipate more being made. I'd love to see a large box, small box. Could I get a sheet matador? Could I get a sheet matador? Maybe a locker, water purifier? We'll see. Anyway, so as long as we see more deplorables, that wooden double door is going to be in a pretty interesting spot. Low sales, perfectly fine, nice looking glow-in-the-dark design, potential collections on the way. I mean, it's in a very, very good spot. But the most important thing that I have to address to all of you, of course, I'm always keeping an eye out for all the brand new skin submissions that appear. And I'm always doing my Rust Workshop skin checks, as you'll notice right over to here. Oh, look, the newest video with all the collection continuations. Oh, no. Alright, seems I must have messed up that. But anyway, all the collection continuations, they are all chaptered right there. Super easy to navigate. I am fully well aware, for the past 2 weeks, we have not seen a wooden double door being submitted. And this is what I refer to as normal. This is normal. Before, we used to hardly ever see wooden double door skins being submitted, let alone being accepted. Now with Halloween and Christmas, there tends to be quite a variety of different items being worked on and different skins. We still might see a Halloween and Christmas skin. But as time goes on, I do believe we're going to go back to normal, in which we only probably will see maybe 1 or 2 wooden double doors being accepted per year. This is an anomaly, fair enough. It was the focused item for August 2025. I don't think we're going to see it being focused for quite some time from here and now. This is what used to be normal. Hardly any acceptances. And when there's a drought, you'll see all of these skins bounce up and go back up in price again. It's a very nice looking design. There's not that many of them in circulation. It's in a very, very interesting spot. And so for that, I think I'm going to do $1.70 to $2.20. I'm going strong on this. I don't know how easy it's going to be to pick them up, because I don't expect that many listings. So maybe only request about 30 of them, chat. The amount you request can be a bit of a problem. I'm sure you've known about that when I did my recent video talking about the road to big win, because with this account over here, I've requested far too much and it's caused me problems. Right then, so everything's all been said in regards to the abnormals. Let's now talk about the regular skins. So following up what I said in regards to Funerary Tier 2, it's looking like it's in a bit of a problem position. And I think I'll just offer 40 cents to 50 cents for the coffee can. I don't feel confident we're going to see the collection continuation immediately, but I'd love to be proven wrong, alright? So if you feel confident, by all means, go ahead and buy some if you want to. But no, I think you're better off with a barter. I think they might take their time with Funerary Tier 3. We'll see. Arctic Skull M39. A very interesting thing to discuss, because right now this is the focused item of the month. And based on the amount of wooden double doors we saw accepted, based on the amount of salvaged ice picks we saw accepted, I am fully anticipating 4 of these to be accepted at the very least. And based on what I saw over the course of this past weekend, yes, I can confirm, we saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 M39 skins were submitted. 1 of them will be accepted. Will it be a collection continuation, or will it be something completely brand new? We'll see. But I am anticipating more. And lo and behold, for something that doesn't get that many skins accepted, yeah, it's an Arctic Skull skin. You might consider this to be a nice white option for the snowy tundra. I like that. Hello. Anyway, I worry for this. I don't think it's going to be A-OK. But looking at the actual Arctic Skull collection, is it crashing and burning? Not exactly, but it still has quite a lot of skins down in price, and the ones that are in the positive are only slightly in the positive. So to be real with you, honestly, I think I might just stick with like an 80 cent to $1.20 wilder. But with all these brand new skins, it might end up like the first salvaged ice pick skin. If I can remember you about that, the prototype. Remember this? Salvaged ice picks. Yeah, sold a lot. And then another one appeared, and another one appeared, and another one appeared, and then later on another one appeared. Suddenly that wasn't so special, that wasn't so unique, and it crashed and burned. Be careful, but it is interesting based on the fact that it's white, so we'll see. Okay, well, in regards to that, as I said, 80 cents to $1.20. How about the Python? Very quick answer for that, 60 cents to 80 cents. Unless we see some sort of changes happening with certain weapons, if there's no interest in the actual weapon, where's the demand to use skins for them? And unfortunately, Pythons are struggling. And it's very easy to notice, because all you got to do is just look at all the skins, and you'll notice there's no demand for these skins. Prices are down bad. Even the Heatseeker Python, yeah, the pay to win, transparent aim sight, super duper heat seeker skin, it's still down in price. This is not in demand, this is not looking good, and this is a big concern. So in regards to that, 60 cents to 80 cents, we're playing it safe. Now, Deep Ruby boots. This is interesting because it's lining up very nicely with the roadside gloves. However, the roadside gloves are only slightly in the positive. Slightly, because it's just up by 1%. How many of these do we see being sold today? Let's just quickly look. So 8 have sold today. Still got that $1 bar there. So it's not really doing that much. That is a bit concerning. So I'm looking at it, I'm questioning it, I'm thinking about it, and to be honest with you, I'm not that confident with the boots. So in regards to a price to offer, I might just do like 50 cents to 70 cents. That's a bit of a gap, isn't it? But I'm not sure how it's going to go. I know not everybody is super thrilled about Deep Ruby because they keep yapping about that. I heard you many times. So yeah, might just stick with like 50 cents to 70 cents. Will we ever see tier 3? How many times have I said that today? Will we ever see a jacket? I don't know. We'll keep an eye out. So yeah, it's just not exactly super in demand, so I am a little bit cautious. That's all. Okay then, so that's all the skins. Shall we now talk about some other interesting details? So if you've been keeping an eye on the commits, and if you've been keeping an eye on the recent blog posts, so remember, if you just go over to here, Face Punch blog, the September update blog post, it basically straight up told us October is going to be a month where we see some balancing, some significant meta changes. So over to here, look ahead to October, we're lining up some strong meta and balance changes. Very cool. Are we going to see any weapons buffs and nerfs? That's the one thing I'm keeping an eye out for. But also November is going to be the update for, no, it's going to be the release of the naval update. So that's sounding pretty cool. Yes, indeed it is. So hopping out of there, I have noticed, and I'm sure everybody on Twitter has noticed, lots of mentions have been talked about in regards to loot spawn changes, different types of loot. Apparently you can build a bit closer now to satellite. Like Meta Shift appears to be the update name for October. But I know for a fact a lot of people want to see, are we going to get weapon buffs and nerfs? If a weapon were to be buffed, you know for sure a lot more people are going to want to buy skins and use them on that weapon. If a weapon gets nerfed, yeah, that might be losing interest with its skins. That sounds concerning. You've got to stay up to date. I think I want to make a video talking about that, but there's been no direct or significant mention about weapons. So we'll see how things roll out from here. Please, please, please repeat the temple sheep the door. 70 cents to $1, I said, Mr. Antonomy. Another thing that needs to be mentioned, and I've already made a video talking about this. What tool skins do you want to see in game? Yes, Face Punch has asked us once again. Do you want to see more skinnables? Now this refers to skin creators being able to make skins for the likes of chainsaw, salvaged axe, torches. Yes, they quite literally ask, would you like to see skin creators being able to make their very own torches? So this is basically a sequel to the previous month's request about, oh, what weapons would you like to see become skinnable next? And I'm starting to anticipate that at some point next year they're going to probably have an update where they release like 8 brand new items to become skinnable. And then we get some very interesting skins, some very interesting rustors. I'm looking forward to it. So, keep an eye out on Saturday. The video will be uploaded. And feel free to comment on that video. What weapons, what clothing and armor pieces, what deplorables would you like to see become skinnable next? To all those people out there that want a race car bed, stay strong. I'm sure we'll see it happening someday soon. I need it. My dreams will be fast. Anyway. Wolf headdress, bone armor, wood armor. It would be cool, so we'll see. I'm sure next month they'll ask about either clothing and armor or deplorables, so we'll see what happens next. So that's everything that's been mentioned there. And now let's also mention Halloween. Nope, that's TF2 cases. Halloween. So the collection for Halloween has now been put up by TGG. It is a contest again. Well, it's always a contest. I'm expecting about 200 Halloween skins. Do not be surprised by that. So the link to this will be in the description. 2 skins have already appeared, and of course it's garage doors. Do not be surprised if we see tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of garage doors again this year. But yeah, the next question is, and if I just go to date and time, how many Halloween rush doors are we going to have? So if I go to Canada 2025, scroll down, all the Halloween skin submissions need to be uploaded by the 7th of October. We have rush doors for the 2nd, the 9th, the 16th, the 23rd, and the 30th. I am very much expecting that we are likely going to see 3 weeks of Halloween again. And I don't think I'm going to be upset with that. Are you going to be upset with that? This is some pretty cool looking skins. Shut up, stop complaining. Anyway, that also makes me question, are we going to get 3 weeks of Christmas? Because quite literally, we will have a rush store on Christmas Day. I wonder if they'll delay it. We'll see, we'll see. Anyway, that's cool. So anyway, just want to keep you informed of all the interesting stuff. We're on micro522.com right now. As you can notice, the top performing skin right now is the Sulphur Large Box. Then it's the Neon Fuji Garage Door. A very nice neon design that got quite a lot of interest on Twitter. I did notice that. That is followed by Funerary Tier 3. Followed by another attempt for the Ramen Sheep Metal Double Door. Could we see the Neon Kitties in our bases once more? 3 skins have been accepted so far. Could we see 4? Will we get the Neon Kitties again? We shall see. And followed by that, we also have an attempt for some snow camo. Wishful thinking. So, okay, that's cool. One extra thing I need to showcase to you. I do believe I have it ready. Yes, another Twitch drop has appeared. Rust Kingdoms will be happening between the 20th to the 30th of November. September. Sorry, I remembered the naval update. Basically, in about a week's time. In about a week's time, it's happening again. And we've got a pretty cool looking, interesting sleeping bag. Because we were discussing this earlier. Is that good for the forest? Is it good for the desert? Is it good for both? We're getting that for free. Ooh. So yeah, all 3 Twitch drops so far from the same skin creator. I'll see what else is being made. But I would expect around 15 skins. Where's the general drops? I've got to keep an eye out. But basically, it looks like the people that got skins last year are getting them again. So, no complaints. Looking pretty sweet. What skins will be accepted tomorrow? Feel free to comment below. What are you hoping for? And let's see if the player count picks up. Because it is dropping off. But this was to be expected. September was expecting to be a bit of a drop-off. And the peak player count, if I can recall, was only 152,000. I'm still waiting for it to update. Because we have a bit of a game going on, but I swear it was 152. So I've got to wait another week, chat. I'm so sorry, but if that does update to that, we've got to figure out who won, and they get to win a prize. Yes, in the Discord, we do bingo, we do guessing games for the peak player count for a force wipe. I wonder how many people are going to be interested with the meta shift, and I wonder how many people are going to be interested with the naval update. I would expect a lot of people. Okay, so that's pretty much everything that needs to be said. So that, let's now go ahead and proceed to do those barders. Right, welcome back. So about 20 seconds to go. And I just found out the account I like to do one of my barders on. It got dumped on. A bunch of Sintotype ore boxes got dumped onto it. So I'm going to have to sort that out another time. But I do have another account prepared. And I'm actually going to do my first barder on this. So here we go. 2. Whoa, that was a bit quick. All right. Right, so Celestial Harmony, Wooden Double Door. Wooden Double Door. I'm focusing this. It's the one skin I have a lot of interest in. Come on. Don't be shy. Show me where you are. Come on. Show me. Show me. Don't do it too much, Hedge. You might get the requests issue. Show me. Show me. I bet the scrap box has appeared by now. Yeah, it didn't sell that much. Maybe got to focus the more on... Yeah, there you go. All right, so too late. 2,000 buy orders. I only request 30. Thought that was broken then. Alright, yeah, I might have screwed myself. Okay, so we clearly have issues with this. People are only going up to 90 cents. Very, very interesting. Maybe focusing the one with the lowest sales probably wasn't the best shout, Hedge. Oh, damn. Right, so I know not to go too strong with this. Yeah. Fridge, how you doing? Okay, that's a lot of buy orders. Huh. There's certainly a lot of buy orders. But if I go just slightly above... Aha, right. Might just offer $1 as a one single buy order. Yeah. Right, back over to here. There we go. And already 600 buy orders. What? I hate everything. I really do. Right, let's go over to here. Buy order number 2. Going on strong. So that's, I said I was going to do $2. So I'm going in. I'm doing it, chat. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. And there we go. Right. I'm pretty sure we have something else. We have the Temple Sheep Metal Door. Not that much interest there. Not too surprised by that. I might just request like 15. We'll see how that goes. So yeah, it looks like we did everything. But yeah. I waited for it. I wanted to do that first. And now I've ended up being one of the slowest people. I hate everything. Oh well, what are you going to do? So, listen, let's go ahead. Look at all the abnormal barter support. And we'll question what potentially is looked to be a very nice thing to consider buying right now. Okay, so it's been about just over an hour since we did the abnormal barters. Let's go ahead, take a look at those skins and question, well, what's looking good? What can we consider buying right now from the store? So, with Celestial Harmony, I tried to buy that first, didn't appear, and of course when I went back, oh, suddenly it's there, great. Anyway, that honestly is looking to be a very, very nice looking skin. And with all the positives we've mentioned today, lack of purchases, the lack of any new wooden double door being submitted, I'm going to go buy some of these. Not sure how much, but I do think long term, as time goes on, this will be appreciated. And someone earlier says, this looks like Wilgen bait. Hey, if he uses it in a video, of course that's going to get bought out even more as well. So just remember this. It hasn't sold that much. It has a continuation on the workshop. I am expecting even more. Not seeing that many more, that many wooden double doors being produced anymore. Everything's lining up very nicely. So, it's looking good. The barters go all the way up to about $2.20. Like, lots of barters. You hardly see that for a wooden double door. But that right there, Did one of them just sell for, oh my, okay. Not sure of that. Oh, no, okay. They're just relisting them. Yeah, no, I think you could be buying that. The barters are very good. It's very strong. Doesn't look like it's going to go down in price anytime soon. I'd consider it. I really would. And again, the expectation is we're not going to see that many listings on the Steam market. Give it a week or two. Look at it again. There you go. All right. Yes, we are about to go through October, but maybe this just won't even matter. Like, won't even care. The barters are too strong. I do not expect any dumpings. But do keep an eye out for Halloween. I wouldn't be surprised if we do see at least a couple wooden double door submissions. We'll see how that progresses. And now Sintotype scrap. This is also looking perfectly fine, but then again, look at the listings already. We're already below $3 already. I'm still convinced this is going to be one of the skins to dip below its rust price. And as we mentioned earlier, aside from neon storage, graffiti and scientific scrap storage, they're not really up in price that much. They're not really in demand. Now, worry about this. Second lowest selling skin, but also still worried. If you were to consider, would you be better off with a buy order? I kind of think you will. I think you could probably put down like a $2.20 buy order, and I wouldn't be surprised if you pick some up eventually over the course of the next several weeks as we go through October. But if you were to just buy some and wait it out, long-term waiting, no, I still think you'd probably be okay. But you might have to wait until, again, January 2026 or, summer 2026. That's a bit of a wait. And the one big concern is, will we see another storage collection pretty quick after the Sintotype? Got to keep an eye out, don't we? So that's definitely a consideration. So yeah, I think you could just go up to $2.20 buy order. I do think you could grab some. Funerary Tier 2. Oh dear, oh dear. If we do not see the Tier 3 in the Rust store tomorrow, I'm removing my higher price buy order. Did I do a higher price buy order? I don't remember. I've only got that one. I'm pretty sure I did do one. Maybe it just didn't show it on stream. But, no, for the video. I'm going to have to go double check. Or rather, I'll give you this. If I do see Tier 3 tomorrow, I'll probably jump in and put down a stronger buy order. But there is still quite a lot of these. It might end up just like the Island Assault hoodie and pants. Initially, it went up very nice. But then after a while, it went down. Still in a positive, but not perfect, but like that. Honestly, as time goes on, out of all the funerary stuff, that's still most likely to be doing very good. It's a nice blackout alternative black kilt. People will like that. People will want that. Not everybody can afford some valuable pieces of blackout. That right there, you can buy it for $2. It's not very reflective. It's got bullets there. Spare bullets, that's good. I think that can still be appreciated. So, we'll see how things go from here. But tomorrow, will we see Funerary or will we not? We'll have to wait and see. So, in regards to this, yeah, same thing. But obviously with like the vest and the coffee can, they're not as in demand compared to the kilt. Kilt will most likely perform better compared to that. Now, in regards to the deep sea fridge, orders are okay. Remember, it didn't sell too much. A continuation has appeared, but are they going to be accepted? And will people jump onto this, considering that the naval update's just around the corner? We have seen pirate themed skins getting bought. Not like the pirate collection made by 1on-J, the blackout alternative. I'm talking like older pirate themed skins. There's like a really old hoodie and pants set that was accepted back in 2017. So what we see here, we'll see how it progresses, but honestly, I'm not going to be surprised if it goes below its rust or price. Here's hoping there's going to be some renewed interest around November time. And then lastly, Temple Sheep Matador. I just don't have that much faith in it. There will be more Sheep Matadors. Very likely there'll be more Sheep Matador Twitch drops. I'm not like implying anything. I'm just saying like something obvious. Of course there's going to be more Sheep Matador Twitch drops. Maybe we'll see them as generic drops and whatnot soon. Haven't seen all the Twitch drops yet. I'm only aware of 3. But then you got next month, the month after that, the month after that, the month after that, the month after that. You know, there's always more. So, yeah, even in Rust stores, there will be more. This is not looking like it's going to retain its value. Price only goes up to $1 basically. Pretty much ends at like 80 cents. You could probably put down like an 85-cent barter. I will not be surprised if you pick them up and save well over $1 each. It will not be surprising. So that's basically everything. Only 2 skins to consider buying if you're really up for it. But maybe a barter could still work out quite nice. So, okay. Fair enough. So that is essentially everything. I do think I've got one more thing to mention. Yes. So, Abe, the man behind the whole idea for Rust Kingdoms, he's put out a very cool video. I will probably refrain from showing it in case there's any problems. But, yeah. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get in. I'll try. But I'm not sure how many people are going to be involved. It's going on for 10 days. We'll see how far it goes. As far as I'm aware, I do believe some bigger streamers, I'm talking like really big in Twitch in general, they're going to be playing a Rust Force Wipe tomorrow. So if you're watching this now, go jump on Twitch, go see who's playing, and you'll probably be very amazed. So okay, people are practicing and getting ready, but I assure you this, the second I see all the Twitch drops, yes, I'll have them nice and ready, uploaded for you to all see. Lovely stuff. But I'm only aware of 3. I'm pretty confident we'll probably see between 10 and 15, maybe more. Are we going to get generic drops? I'm not sure, so we'll see, we'll see. So that's that. Thank you very much for watching the video. Comment below, what would you like to see being accepted? There's a lot of very interesting skins that are submitted recently, but only so many skins can be accepted, so. Don't forget, tomorrow I will be streaming. I'll be showcasing the skins live on Twitch. Look at the description. You'll see the links to all my socials, more specifically my Twitch. And you can come and hop in, ask questions in real time. I'll try and respond to them in real time. I'm not very good at it. And if you're curious, right, if you want to make some profits in a different way, consider watching my sandbox video right here. I bought all the skins available 6 months ago in the store. And recently I sold 1 and I got $80 profit. And I paid off all the skins I bought. This is cooking. This is very interesting, alright? So if you're curious about that, go give that a watch. There's actually a video before this as well, the one I recorded like half a year ago. But if you got involved in this early, you are already looking at some sweet, delicious profit. So for your consideration, it's up to you. And so that, thank you very much for watching the video. I greatly appreciate it. Best of luck to all of you in regards to your investments. Let's endure September, October. Will November even be that bad, considering we have the naval update coming out? And I just cannot help but assume a lot of people are going to turn up for it. We'll have to wait and see. Catch you later.